joined by head coach David Pierce, players Dylan Campbell, and Andre Duplantier. We'll let head coach open up with a statement, and then we'll go to the players for questions.
Yeah, I mean, game 2 in a super, just every pitch is tough for both teams, and we get our early lead. Do a nice job of jumping out in front, but just knew they were going to make a run. We just allowed the big inning again, but there's a lot of fight in this team. This team has proven it from the day we started up until right now, that they're just not going to give in. They're not just going to go away. It's a really good team we're playing, but just so proud of our team and just how we just showed so much grit and how we fought back and pieced the bullpen together, and looking forward to a game 3 for sure.
Questions for the players?
Dylan, just overall kind of reaction to the way y'all won and the way y'all extended your season today.
I mean, that just goes to say who we are as a team. Like, we just, no matter what the score is or how late in the game is, we just know that we're never out of it. We just keep fighting till the end and happen to come out in our favor today.
Dylan, it seemed like you guys had a lot of success driving the ball either way, and it seemed like it was carrying it certainly in that direction. Was that kind of the plan going into this thing today?
Not necessarily. We're just hitting it where it's pitched, and some of their guys on their staff like to go away, so we were just taking it where it was pitched.
Can you take us to that ninth inning at bat?
Yeah, so I just knew that it was going to be like a lot of people on their feet, a lot of noise and stuff, and it's kind of like you got to want to be in that situation, and I wanted it, and I was ready for it, and just after each pitch, just kind of slowing my heart rate down and just happened to come through after that.
Trey, what was kind of the mood in the dugout after the top of the ninth? What did your teammates say to you? What did you say to your teammates?
Actually, DC was the first person to come up to me and was like, we got you right here. So I was confident in the team. I was a little frustrated with letting up that one home run, but I was confident in the team and knew that we were going to go out there and compete.
Dre, kind of walk through the 8th when, like a couple of guys along your facing the top of their order, but you're able to get out of the jam without letting them score your runs.
Going into that, I knew I had a job, and it was to minimize or not let anyone score. And so those were my thoughts going into that, and just competing with those thoughts right there. And that's why I would say that I was able to get it done right there.
I know Coach just talked about putting both of you guys like you're minimized. It's kind of been a word to you. How do you process that in the moment of what it means to minimize?
For me, it's just slowing it down, understanding that the situation isn't about me, it's for the team, and doing my best in that situation to help the team. And if I do that, I can be okay at night because I did what I could to help the team win.
Dylan, you guys are down, 7-2 there, getting into the later part of the ball game. I know you guys always believe that you can come back, but was there anything said in the dugout or anyone in particular that kind of take charge and kind of fire you up or anything?
Not really. That just shows the maturity of our team. We just kept going in there, kept grinding out our at-bats, and just trying to be tough outs, trying to get one base at a time, and we put some stuff together there late, and then we eventually came out with it. But yeah, we just never gave up. Just knew that our time was coming. Never doubted ourselves.
Any more for the players?
Have you guys faced any do or die games? I'm from Peters, so I don't really know, but has there been a moment that's prepared you felt like it's really prepared you to play in tomorrow's?
I'd just say in March, we just played on the road a lot, and we went through a lot of adversity. But our only do or die, I guess, would be the conference championship game, tournament game.
Today, Coach.
Well, yeah, and today, of course.
Yeah.
Last question.
That was probably the ultimate do or die because there's no tomorrow.
Dre, obviously coming off the injury in the offseason and working your way back into the rotation, how nice is it to be able to really help out the team as the years gone on and really contribute?
I'm just very grateful because this time last year I was watching the team and really wanting to be out there, and so regardless of what's happening, being able to be out there right now means a lot because last year I was sitting in Austin watching it happen. So being here right now, able to do it, it's a great feeling.
Dylan, you talked about the maturity of this team. Is that what it is when you guys are down, but to just kind of keep chipping away and putting together productive at-bats? I mean, is it maturity? What is it about this team that has allowed you guys to stay in the fight all year?
I think it's just the experience that we have as a lineup. Yeah, like you said, or like I said earlier, maturity. Like we just never let the moment get too big for us, and just take what they're giving you and just go one at a time. Like never try to do too much in one at bat. If you do that, you can piece together like a run like we did.
We'll let the players stay here, but we'll go to questions to Coach Pierce now.
Coach, what the home field advantage for ECU, has that been a factor over these last couple of games? Do you feel that's had any impact on these games?
Oh, no doubt. Definitely the ball left center field last night, or yesterday afternoon, where BK and Dougie have to have a little better pre-pitch communication as far as range, because you can't hear each other. But we talked about it going into it. We talked about what the environment would be, and just really try to calm our nerves, just try to get to that next pitch. So, you know, but I think our guys have handled it well at times. We've had to back off the mound, catch our breath, and just regroup. But it's a great crowd. I mean, they do a heck of a job, a lot of excitement, but yeah.
Do or die tomorrow, probably a lot of nerves, but also a lot of excitement, right? All about what college baseball postseason is all about, right?
No doubt. I mean, you get two great teams fighting for Omaha. It doesn't get any better. And you get down to the end of your season, and you have opportunity to go play for a national championship. How you control your nerves, how you're able to just get your sleep and do your normal preparation. I think when DC talks about maturity, to me, it just goes back to work. It goes back to routines. And if you can put all the work in that these kids have put in and really trust it, then what else you ask from them? And so we just trust that they believe in themselves and believe in each other.
Dave, can you go back to the fifth with Lucas? And I'm sure you wanted him to get extended today, but when you're trying to manage a game in this spot where, you know, they can have a big inning, but you're maybe still thinking about Sunday, all these things to juggle in your head, how tough is it to manage a pitching staff?
It's tough, but we weren't thinking about Sunday. We were just really trying to figure out the best matchup at the time, and was it Luke or was it the next guy up against Worrell? And you know, he just left the pitch in the middle of the plate, and I think it was Worrell. But yeah, I just felt like that he had a shot to change up against him, and you know, he just got behind in the count.
Tomorrow for pitching, I mean, Sunday, is Pete Hansen available, or Steven's gonna come back?
Every pitcher on our staff is available.
Yep.
Do you have an announced starter, or is that something to wait?
No, Danny.
You know I was gonna ask.
I knew you were gonna ask.
Okay.
Did you hold anybody back today, looking ahead to tomorrow?
No, I mean, we're in a do or die, and so you really just have to look at best matchup, best guy that's got the slowest heartbeat, and you know, Dre was good. I'm really proud of Dre for stepping up, and I know he gave up a solo, but him stepping up and giving us two and 2/3 is big for us and big for Dre. And he'll be available tomorrow as well.
Why was Dre the call in the 7th, and why did you feel confident with the way he's pitching to keep him through the end?
He's got a 3-pitch mix, and they really swing it well against the fastball, and so I felt like he could do that against them.
David, the defensive change where you put Mitch in for defense in the ninth, how just in hindsight now, how critical was that just for him to just be able to do his job and get a bunt down to get Ivan in the scoring position?
Yeah, it's been a tough year for Mitch offensively, but he's just been incredible defensively all year. But for him to just get in there in that situation, he's been in that situation before, just to execute. And we talked about it going in, depending on what Ivan did, what he was gonna do, and just did a great job of just executing.
Coach, I know DC's had a great year here for you, but for those of us who haven't been around your program day to day, what's been the biggest difference for him from last year to this year? Seems like it's been a big leap forward.
Maturity. No, really, he's just worked. And, you know, so many high school players come in and they want to just be dead pull guys, and everything's, you know, middle in and from the shortstop to the left field line. And I think our team has just bought into our coaches. They've really done a good job of just understanding what the plan is, and then trying to go out there and execute it every day.
David, I think Douglas and Dylan both hit their 10th home runs today. Obviously, Ivan gets a lot of applause for his season, but 7 guys with 10 home runs, that's
Pretty incredible. I mean, it's been a great offensive surge for this team, and just, again, it's not a dependent of Ivan, and Ivan's the best player in the country, but guys around him make him better as well. Skyler with the 3, we didn't even talk about Skyler. He had the big 3-run homer late in the 8th to give us that chance, but just passing the bat, getting pitches, not trying to do too much, and using their strength and conditioning, using their work in the cages, and just trusting it.
Coach, when Hodo was caught stealing in the 3rd, did you give any thought to challenging that?
Well, honestly, he didn't slide, and because he didn't slide, I think he was a little embarrassed, but as I heard later, that there was a pretty good chance he was safe. I usually depend on the player there, unless I'm pretty positive, but I usually just depend on the player.
So he didn't ask you to challenge just because he?
No, I mean, I don't know that it was about embarrassment, but he thought he heard contact and he got a little confused on the play, but we just didn't challenge it.
David, real quick, through everything you've been through with this group, the ups and downs all year, what's in your mind, what are your emotions right now, knowing that it's one game tomorrow, when do you go to Omaha?
I don't even know if I could tell you my emotions right now for this team, and it's not really my emotions, it's just what I've seen these guys do since day one, and we haven't been that clean throughout games, throughout the season. We've had a 10 spot put on us, we've had an 8 spot put on us, but we just never give in, and I'll always remember this team because of that. And the other thing is, they never have excuses, they never point fingers, they just work, and they love each other, and it's fun to go to the ballpark with them. And to be honest with you, they inspire us probably more than we inspire them.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, appreciate it, see you guys tomorrow.